Today, I wish to share with you a lucid vision that I had last month on December 3, 2023. When I documented the vision, I knew that I was going to share it on my show. First, I will detail the entire scenery without missing any detail. After that, I will walk with you through the main hints that can tell us what this means for me. The third phase is to outline a clear message with actionable steps I can take to improve my alignment with the source field. The title of the vision is The King's Palace, Thailand. This vision has three main scenes. While the first scene is in the location of the city of Hua-Hin, Thailand, we are at a major construction site of about 5 acres of land, with a 100-feet crane moving large stones to finish the massive garden of this magnificent compound. This place was the brand new royal palace of the King of Thailand. I rise from the ground to the cockpit of the crane in the form of a drone. As I reached the cockpit, I looked at the entire site from the operator's point of view, and it was an amazing sight indeed. The construction site was at the very last finishing, and I was a witness to the last brick of the outer wall of the great gardens. Now, the crane operator was a male from Russia, and as he finished his role, he got into a cocoon sphere-shaped aluminum vessel. He was boomed straight down into a tunnel underground, and he was flying straight back to Russia. He didn't waste any time, at the very moment as his job was done, and he was done too. At that very moment, I saw the entire site from the eagle's eye and the ground level. I was checking the construction quickly, without the need to enter the palace. I already know the plans and quality. Now, it was the time for the King of Thailand to enter into his royal majestic palace. I was to ask someone, "Where is the king?" At that very moment, I got the answer. "You are the King of Thailand, and the palace is yours. That is one of your palaces, our king." Now it was my time to get some rest and enjoy the island of Koh-Samui. Once I've signed the plans of the palace and the title deed, I was ready to rest and enjoy. Now that was the first scene of the vision, and we are now ready to embark on our journey to the second scene, with the title of Pink Rocks Floating on the Water. The location was at one of the beaches of the island of Koh-Samui, Thailand. It was after sunset. My uncle was sitting on a white plastic chair, looking at the water, onto the horizon. I was standing next to him, closer to the waterline. At that moment, I was looking at the water, and I saw a floating pink rock on the water. I was curious to know what are those things. I went inside the water and started picking up the larger rocks. I took one of the rocks, and I saw that was a rare Himalayan salt in their natural form and color. I was intrigued as to what are rocks from the highest mountains and snow doing in this tropical weather of Asia. I picked them as much as I could and put them close to my uncle's chair. He said to me, "These are very rare rocks, and the fact that they came to you, to the place you love to live, it's a great sign for you. You are lucky. Go pick more. It's a good sign that you've been waiting for a long time." As he said that, I went back inside and picked smaller rocks until I saw nothing more, as some went away. Some dissolved, but I did get all the noticeable ones. I was very happy at that moment. That was it for the second scene of this lucid vision, and we are now ready to move to our last scene of the vision before we explore some hints hidden within this vision. The last scene was on the streets of Hua-Hin, but this time it was on the regular streets of this town. I was a king walking as one of the normal humans. In the afternoon time, I went to a yoga and Pilates studio of several girls operating, practicing, and organizing their studio. There were 8 of them, and I was the only man allowed to enter. They were pleased to see me, and very welcoming, and they asked me if I could walk with some of them in the streets to buy some things. They said that they feel safer with me around them. They said that I was of royal blood, a leader, and a protector of women, so I agreed and walked with them. I told them that I needed to go back to the island of Koh-Samui as there is a vivid nightlife, markets, and colors. They hugged me and blessed me. They were the fairies of the sacred gardens of the king. That was it for the third and last scene of the vision. And now let's review the main hints and symbols in the vision, one by one. After that, we will tie the knots of them all together. Stick around, it would be so much fun.
In scene number 1, we had several important clues that we can mention. 1. The city of Hua-Hin is the official vacation city of the King of Thailand. It's an important city, well maintained, and overlooked by tourists who love traveling to the islands, Bangkok, and Pattaya. 2. We have a brand new king's palace that stretches to 5-acre land. The construction has been going on for several years now, and I was there to supervise the work and the completion of the last stones in the yard. Note the number 5 here. We will address this in a moment. 3. The great yard of the palace is an open space, under the sky. It was a clear springtime. Everything was ready for the king's approval. 4. The crane and the Russian operator. As he finished his contract, he was out of the scene, back to his cold home in Russia. He was hardworking and reliable. Let us not forget the fast bullet train, almost the speed of light. 5. The revelation that I was the king of Thailand. 6. And we have the desire to go to Koh-Samui, a vacation destination. In scene number 2, we had also several hidden clues we should mention. 1. I am on the beach of the island of Koh-Samui in the evening, quiet moments. 2. Pink floating chunks of Himalayan pink salt in their natural form. 3. What are these rocks doing in the water of Thailand and why I was the only one who noticed them? 4. I act quickly, picking these rocks. 5. And we have my uncle's message to me. Now for the last scene, we have a few clues here to mention, so let's check them out. 1. A king is walking in the town streets, peacefully, checking, looking. 2. Pilates and yoga studio with the number 8, 8 women's. 3. Again, I need to go back to the island of Koh-Samui. Now we can tie the knots of each scene together. You will have now a rare glimpse into the mind of an Indigo Starseed. This is how I observe and interpret a vision. A. The first clue that we would like to analyze is the location of the city of Hua-Hin, Thailand. It represents an important place where high-end officials like to enjoy their yearly vacation. This is the city where the King of Thailand has a palace where he can relax. This place is a beach resort town and a place of the Commonwealth likes to hang out and do business together. This city is less of a tourist attraction than the islands, the city of Bangkok, and Pattaya. The location of Thailand is my goal to build my home for living and business on the Asian peninsula. The best moments of my life were in Thailand, and I took an oath to live there permanently. For me, Thailand represents relaxation of the body, mind, and soul. It's a reward for me, moving to Koh-Samui upon finishing the palace construction, to enjoy after years of hard work. The food, energy, and the women made me feel like a whole person. There is a warning here with the palace of the king, as for me it's important not to make this location a cage of gold. My reaction at the moment of finishing the construction and signing the plans was to move to the island of Koh-Samui. More on that later on. B. The second clue was the king's palace on Hua-Hin. I was building this palace for years on end. I was there for the last stones to be laid on the outer wall of the massive 5-acre open space gardens. This is quite simple as I invested the last years in building my inner temple. I was supervising the entire project and didn't have to do the labor work myself. That means that I've done great work, and now my role is to observe your thoughts, emotions, desires, and needs and let the manifestation happen in front of your eyes. Another hidden message here is, don't get caught with the little details of how things will apply, that wasn't your work to begin with. Be a supervisor and a project manager of your faith, and not the little worker that you have been for far too long. Observation is the action. Now we have the 5-acre gardens that were on the open, under the clear sunny sky of springtime. The location of me was outside of the palace first, and then I moved inside the gardens. I didn't have to get inside as I knew the layout in perfect detail. After all, it is my palace. Number 5 is about sexuality and passion, and it's connected to Thailand. It is a hint for meeting one of my soulmates in that region. Now, I am coming back not as a worker or an employee, but as a fully fledged king of the entire state of Thailand. Think big, aim big, and you shall be a giant. It is also a hint for my future. Success and progression are guaranteed as long as I keep staying on focusing on what I want to become and be of service to others. Wealth and status are for me, as they give me more motivation to keep moving forward. See, about the identity of the king, I would like to share with you the moment when the crane operator finished his contract and returned home. I went down, and the project manager on my behalf delivered the document to sign. This document delivers the palace from the construction company to the owner. Now, after signing, there was a moment where I asked, when the king is about to arrive at the palace. The project manager answered me telepathically, "Sir, you are the king of Thailand and this is your temple." Now, in that moment I ask myself, have I forgotten that I'm a king? Have I been focusing on the work of building myself and achieving enlightenment that I forgot? That I am a king with only one manager, which is the one infinite creator. Have I let myself listen to other voices that I'm not a king nor worthy of being one? Maybe I'm tired of being a slave like a normal peasant? Sure, I aim now to be at the top, to gain power and wealth. It was a long and rigorous path to achieve that, but even my own tarot card is the King of Wands, the fire element, and the zodiac sign of Aries. The work of building my inner temple is a work of gaining maturity, wisdom, humbleness, focus, and courage. A king is also an omen for inner untapped riches and resources I overlooked for a long time, seeking them outside myself. It's time to get serious. You are no longer suppressing your feelings and desires. Don't let your surroundings dictate what you can be, do, or have. A king is the top authority in human society. Your name is of a king, and you have a royal bloodline inside you, in human planes and multidimensional realms. The crane, the heights of creativity, freedom, and excitement achieved from looking at the bigger picture from the bird's eye view. Here it's the third eye view. I'm a bit anxious about an issue that can yield me a 7-figure income. The crane allows me to see things as they are, it hints at acceptance, growth, inspiration, and taking the time to enjoy the freedom the renewed kingdom is bringing into my existence. Let go of the past, as the kingdom awaits you. The crane operator suggests that important changes in my life are now in full swing due to my sheer determination, perseverance, and motivation that brings opportunities into my third-dimensional existence. Russia is a symbol of perseverance, hard work, and a strong character that is much needed to become a member of the upper echelon. The island of Koh-Samui, as I mentioned earlier, after the hard work on the palace, perfecting it, and signing the delivery to the king, I wish now to relax, slow down, enjoy what life has to offer, and enjoy the fruits of my labor. The island is surrounded by water as I shall be an island of my own, managing my thoughts, emotions, and destiny. The water is peaceful and crystal clear. Care to guess what it means? Can you tie the knots of the entire first scene all by yourself? If yes, review the scene and the analysis again. Write them down, and see how you can have a blueprint to interpret your visions. Now let's move to the second scene, and review the clues and hints. I crave relaxation, peace of mind, and a true vacation without any financial limitations. The ocean is a sign of good F. Now let's move to the second scene, and review the clues and hints. I crave relaxation, peace of mind, and a true vacation without any financial limitations. The ocean is a sign of good fortune and prosperity. Water purifies all the hardship, negative vibrations, and pains that often we cause to ourselves and others. Koh-Samui is a place of regeneration of the body, soul, and spirit. The pink salt, I need a major change in my life, so in the correct business deals I do my best to accomplish it. This is a period of healing and regeneration. Pink color suggests to be careful of your destructive nature. I need to clean and wash away some old pains or guilt. Those guilt emotions can be of the nature of me not being worthy of my kingdom, palace, and riches that are a vital part of my role here. Floating salt rocks on the water, working hard and quickly on opportunities alongside being in touch with my inner self is advised here. The water is relaxed and calm at sunset time, suggesting that keeping my emotions in a balanced and relaxed state can get me to spot opportunities that other has missed, or were unaware of those rare Himalayan salts floating on the water. This is rewarded by a great wealth. Salt absorbs negativity. Salt and water equals purification and preparing for ascending to higher dimensions very soon. The Himalayan mountains, improvement of my financial standing is guaranteed. I'm about to reach the heights and peaks I never thought I could conquer. As I would see it, my palace is in Thailand, I am the king of Thailand, and I can achieve new heights and success in Thailand. The heights of the Himalayan have been shown in Thailand, in the form of floating raw and rare big rocks of pink salt. These mountains bring compassion, wisdom, and personal growth. It's okay to achieve new heights as long as these goals are aligned with my vortex. Not many can climb and achieve the highest peaks of the Himalayan, and I did that. I did the hard labor, and it is shown to me that the mountains came yielding to me, the Thailand. There is a reason that eagles fly alone, Richard. Now we are getting into the final scene of the vision. Yoga and Pilates studio can be a symbol of body, mind and soul connection. It is a hidden desire to reduce stress and struggle, so that is why we have many symbols of Thailand, islands, calm waters, an amazing palace that have all the I need inside. Practicing yoga with 8 ladies in the studio suggests that I care about my friend's health. I care for her safety and health. Number 8 is several infinities, spiritual and material cycles, karma, regeneration, and wealth, and I talk about money. The pinnacle of enlightenment and material success. Several portal openings can bypass the frequencies of numbers 13 and 33. It also shows a lifestyle upgrade, rebirth and regeneration of the old self and welcomes the new King Richard the Lionheart. I'm now ready to experience the upper cycle of the 8, starting in 2024, which sums up to 8 as well. I get rewarded for decades of self-work, growth, maturity, and willingness to be of service to others. The number 5 is my readiness for new adventures of passion and sexuality. It's time to release the Kraken. That is it for this episode. We outlined the entire lucid dream and gave a wealth of details, clues, and hidden secrets of how to analyze this vision and its hidden messages for me and you. You can see now how you can interpret your visions. This is what I do best, explaining complex spiritual wisdom into practical steps and blueprints that anyone can use to improve their standings.
I invite you to check the rest of the episodes of the Starseed Lounge podcast show, with an emphasis on the top 3 most reviewed episodes to this day. In the first place, we have Islam created by and for the Luciferian occult of the Church, and why are the top 3 main religions created to keep you a sleepwalker, stuck in the vicious cycle of the Matrix loop. You don't want to skip this one, as it's guaranteed to trigger you. In the second place, we have the top 10 traits that make my erotic fantasy thriller, Enlightened Shadows, a real unicorn in the fantasy realm. The story behind this book is as good as the storyline itself. And for number 3 we have the episode about flight MH370 that went missing. Here we reveal that the plane went through a portal. Find out inside, why that happened. Check those episodes, and I will throw another one as a bonus. This is about the top 40 traits that make an indigo child or a starseed. This episode was banned from YouTube and Spotify. You don't have to be rich like Elon Musk to expose the truth and speak your mind. You just need to know your purpose here, and a pair of balls.